years old. I've never been married, and I'm happy about it. Now, one could easily surmise that a past rife with some degree of promiscuity, dare I say, contributed to my desire to be single. But that is not the reason I am not upset about being single. Jeezy, how he filed for divorce from his wife, Jeannie Mai, after only 2 years of marriage. Former friends are saying she's after his money. I hope the Shade Room is watching. Because my nephew tipped me off to that site, and I see some of the things y'all talk about. Oh, y'all welcome on the Stephen A. Smith Show. Please come. If Kevin Costner's monthly child support enables the children to maintain the quality of life he once provided, why should he have to pay extra so the wife that he's no longer with gets to maintain her quality of life? Y'all ain't together. I'm 55 years.
Now, listening to that clip from Stephen A. Smith, it is not abnormal for men to be bachelors and single. It's not. People don't come for them like they do child-free women. They can speak like this. They can have no regards for the institution of marriage and it be perfectly fine. And I'm not saying it's not perfectly fine. People who do not want to be married shouldn't be married. But if it's a child-free woman that is coming to the internet saying, I am child-free, I don't want to be married, this is how I want to live my life, this is the reason why I want to live my life like that, people would be like, she's selfish, she's self-absorbed, she just doesn't want to sacrifice, blah, blah, blah. They don't do that to men. And men and women opt out of marriage and children or like these traditional roles for whatever reason they choose to. But the outcome is still the same. But only women get denigrated like that woman did simply because she was having a child-free Saturday where she got to sleep in, make shakshuka, whatever that is, and and watch Netflix. She got drugged. Where's Matt Walsh where it comes to single men saying that they want to be single forever? Now, also, when these men talk about marriage, they don't talk about marriage as a connection of two humans. They only talk about marriage as, the end result of a divorce. I mean, they really only talk about divorce. They don't talk about marriage as a coming together of two humans and the possibilities that they could bring. They only talk about the demise. So, and then you jump in the comment section and you have a lot of men that agree with this type of thing because they want to be single as well. But the only time that they really want to talk about marriage is when it comes to shaking their finger at women who choose to be unmarried and child-free, talking about you're going to die alone, you're going to die alone. I mean, they keep doing this as if it is going to make women continue to pine away for marriage. They only do that because they want women to be desperate for marriage. It's not like they do that because they want to be married themselves. Anyways, some of the comments. I like when Stephen A. talks about this type of stuff. He's funny. This person, now you speak in facts. These judges need to be stopped, never getting married. There was a man who was just like talking about the marriage in a positive way. She gave up her career to be a homemaker and raise children, then she should be compensated. So he's actually saying it's perfectly fine to pay a woman some alimony because she actually gave up some of her life for that. I'm not going to go into all these comments. A lot of them were just basically echoing what Stephen A. Smith was saying. I just need to know why it's perfectly fine for a man to be a perpetual bachelor, but they have issues with women that decide that they want to opt out of marriage in the traditional boxes. Make it make sense.
A man over 50 can't find true love.
I remember you've been out here 50 years and you ain't picked the right one.
Yeah. And now you gotta wonder, is they liking you for you or is they liking you for the money you got? So that's a barrier right there.
If you're over 50, it's definitely the money.
But ain't the money a part of you though at that age?
Nah. No. Money goes away.
You can lose it tomorrow. Do you like me for me?
And when she get control of your money, you go away. It's a
So,
cold game.
I'm glad you here to talk to these two, man.
So what about, okay, I see where y'all going with this, but let's say it's a woman. A woman gets over 50 and she may not be as beautiful as she once was, you know what I'm saying, and you fell in love with her looks and beauty. You don't leave her just because she's not as attractive. That comes with age.
You have a girl that's been in your life and she's solid with you. You're supposed to hold her down. You know what I'm saying? And just see people who better behind her back. That's how So, America. Just saying it out loud is what's shocking. But when you have a girl that you've been with a long time, especially if she fall off in the looks department or the weight department, you still cherish her and treat her good. But when she's not around, you do things you want to do. Can a man?
These dudes stay speaking about relationships like they are transactions, talking about money for the men and looks for the women. At the age of 50 something, if he is not going for someone close to his age, that's the only way that it's all about money, because most of us women who are established, we're working in our 40s and 50s. We're still working. It's not all about money all the time. That's the reason why a lot of these people will not find lasting relationships getting older, because they cannot get out of the transactional conversation. And then towards the end, when he starts talking about women and our looks falling off and the weight falling off, all of us change and get older. That's the reason why relationships have got to be based on something outside of the transaction of my money for your looks. It has to be bigger than that. But these folks are just going to remain single because they cannot get out of that. They cannot connect with other humans on something like hobbies, shared beliefs, love, mutual respect, that kind of thing. They're not connecting based on that. It's all about she wants me for my money, or I'm leading with money now and I can pull who I want now and I can pull the baddies, but you just got to kind of deal with it if she starts to lose her looks. That's the reason why a lot of these people will remain single and not have close connections that actually benefit them in their old life. That's the reason why it's not that men over 50 can't find true love. They're not learning how to build relationships early on. And so by the time that they are 50 and their looks are starting to fail and their money is starting to dwindle, they don't know how to have a human connection without money, or leading with their peen, or without looking at women simply based on their. These dudes are definitely in for some real life changes. More of us women have our own money. So if you cannot connect with somebody without that being the carrot that you dangle, then how are you going to have a connection with women at all if we don't need your money? Do you have any hobbies? Are you friendly? Do people like to talk to you? Are you supportive? There are other things that go into relationships that these men are not learning how to recreate, and that's on them. And maybe they just don't deserve relationships. You guys go ahead, get in the comment section. Let me know what you think on this. Like, comment,